Okay, so the very strange and weird marketing for Birds of Prey continues. I don't know what's going on with this movie. Why can't these people just stop? Why can't they just stop? They just keep saying really stupid things. You've got shill media coming out praising it because the characters have hair ties. Like, what are you doing? It's a fantasy movie. Who cares? But, you know, it's an empowerment movie, I guess. I mean, that's the way that at least the shills are trying to market it. And Margot Robbie, when she was coming out and saying that, oh, this Harley Quinn is not going to have male gaze features. Now she's coming out and saying she wants men to see the movie. Well, of course you need them to see the movie for it to be successful. You need everybody possible to go see the movie. Now, here's the thing. I've talked to some people about the movie in DMs who have seen it, and they say it's a decent movie. It's not bad. It's fun. Okay, maybe that's true. I'm going to go see it next week, and then I'll do a review on it when it comes out, and I'll let you know what I think about it. But as of right now, I have a hard time believing it because of all the weird things the actors and actresses in the movie keep doing. And now it's almost like they realize maybe we're messing up. So now Margot Robbie's coming on saying that, you know, I feel like if men watched more female-led movies, they'd be able to relate to women more. You know, because of human behavior. They need to go see them. It's like, you know, just put on a good movie. Don't say weird things like male gaze and stuff like that. And, you know, no one's going to have a problem with it. You know, I hate that they're trying to tie Wonder Woman into this garbage because Wonder Woman didn't do any of this stuff. Wonder Woman had a normal marketing campaign. Nobody attached to the movie was running around talking about misogyny and all this weird stuff. They were going out and saying, this is going to be a great movie. You're going to have fun when you come and watch it. You're going to like it. You're going to like the movie. You're going to have a good time. But with this movie, they're talking about all this weird stuff. And it's like, just stop it. Stop. You're literally running your movie into the ground. Just stop. Why don't you, instead of talking about these weird things, come on and say, hey, it's going to be a fun movie. Do you like Deadpool? Gonna kind of be like Deadpool. It's the DCEU Deadpool. But no, we gotta hear about how it fights misogyny and all this weird stuff. And that's going to continue because Ewan McGregor, he won't stop. So he does another interview, this time with Nerdist, and he says, Ewan McGregor on misogyny driving Birds of Prey's Black Mask. Like, this is literally his inspiration for the character. Now, I don't know how much of this seeps through into the actual movie. That's the thing. Because like I said, I've talked to a couple people who say the movie's pretty good. And maybe it is. I don't know. All I know is that this marketing that they're doing, these interviews they're giving, are strange and really weird. It reminds me a lot of Charlie's Angels 2019 and Captain Marvel, with Brie Larson running around saying that she wants people in wheelchairs to interview her and stuff, like these really weird PR moments. And McGregor keeps doing it. I'm surprised to find out that he's a motorcycle enthusiast because he kind of acts like a little bee. So anyway, here's what they had to say. What makes a good villain? In the case of the upcoming Birds of Prey movie, that's been one question fans have been particularly interested in. Traditionally, the film's antagonist, Black Mask, has been more likely to face off with Batman than with Harley Quinn. But when we sat down with Ewan McGregor and the writer at a recent event for the upcoming film, they explained that the classic DC villain is a perfect foil for Harley. It turns out that his struggle might not actually be that different from the roster of heroines he's trying to take down. In the mind of McGregor, who's making his first foray into superhero films with Birds of Prey, the anger inside Black Mask has molded the man into something terrible. It's just like his entitlement, his spoiledness, his need for revenge on his family for disowning him. I think that drives him, McGregor said. It's probably the fact that his father kicked him out for being a prick and being useless with business and unreliable. That feeling is fueling his venom all the time, and he lives with this great hatred that consumes him. Well, that would be a perfect way to leave to leave your explanation of the character. That'd be the perfect way to leave it. But no, McGregor has to double down on being a weirdo and turn people off to the movie. Because, I mean, why not? Where's the PR people saying, hey, why don't you just tone it down? We're trying to make money here. We're trying to make money, man. So he continues on and says, as for what makes him such a fitting foil for Harley, McGregor had an intriguing take. I think that he's an absolute control freak. He's insane when he's not in control. We only see him in his club, in his car, in his apartment. I feel like we only see him there because he has to be somewhere that he controls. Harley comes into that world and she's uncontrollable. And it drives him mad. He hates it. So he has to control Harley. You know exactly where this is going. In fact, he makes sure to mention that right now. So McGregor continued, it plays into the overall misogyny and the exploration of misogyny because he puts up with her because she's Joker's girlfriend, right? He's all powerful and so frightening, but as soon as he realizes that her man's out of the picture, he thinks he can take her down. And that makes him a true misogynist, I think. Just makes him like a smart criminal. So if she is still Joker's girlfriend, Joker's like the most powerful crime boss in Gotham. Like, that's the dude you just don't mess with. Don't mess with Joker. It's like he's unhinged. You know what's going to happen. So, of course, if she's not with him anymore, that kind of opens up the door to taking her out. I don't really see how that has anything to do with misogyny and patriarchy other than the fact that she's just not with Joker anymore. And you could certainly probably tie these weirdo themes in there, but I think you could just say, like, hey, she's not with, like, a great threat anymore. He can take her out now. He can try to. He doesn't realize that she's actually a threat and he underestimates her, blah, blah, blah. But instead, we've got to tie all these weirdo leftist terms in here because we need to appeal to the 10% woke over on Twitter so that we can make this movie a hit. It's just really weird. So anyway, he continues on. She's trying to find her freedom. She's trying to find her voice and find her power as a woman who's no longer relying on or getting that power from her partner anymore. I really hate this because, I really like those two characters together. But, I hope you all realize, like, Joker and Harley can never be together again. Because now if they ever do that, we'll say, well, she's being tied down by the patriarchy. She don't need no man. She's a strong, powerful woman. That's to say, like, so she can't be a strong, powerful woman if she's in a relationship. Well, that's why they want to hook her up with Poison Ivy now. She don't need no man. That's where we need to go. So, this is just, I'm kind of sick of this always ruining our entertainment, but this is the route they're going to take everything. Like I said, this could still be a good movie, but the way that these people describe everything is a real turnoff, isn't it? Like, does this really sound like something that makes you want to go see the movie? Now, I got to be honest, I hope it's a good movie. I'd rather see a good comic book movie than a bad comic book movie. I won't know until the movie comes out next week. But this stuff, if I was on the fence, certainly doesn't make me want to go see it. So they continue on. The writer of the movie explains how her everyday experiences of misogyny made it easier for her to write Black Mask, and the wider themes of toxic masculinity that come to play in the film. Ewan's very kind and has said some very lovely things about the script and the way it deals with misogyny, but honestly, I think most of it just came naturally, she said. There's overt, blatant stuff that you obviously get, but there's also the subtle, everyday stuff that's more in the fabric of our society. That's the stuff that really just comes naturally. It's like really, so the writer's talking about how her experiences with misogyny and toxic masculinity inspired the script. So there you go. People are telling me this is a decent movie in DMs. I wonder how true that is. I guess we'll find out next week. Does this beat you over the head with stuff? Or is it just a decent movie and this is all fake to get people riled up? But it's like, how does this might get people to talk about the movie, but I got to imagine the average dude doesn't want to go see some movie that tells him his time is up and that he's a toxic person. Like, this wouldn't really drive me if I was just a regular normie to go see this movie. I wouldn't be interested in it. So I just have to wonder where the thinking is in this marketing and why they're doing this. it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I think by now you would realize that woke 10% on Twitter doesn't actually support anything. They'd rather watch a pirated cam version, someone holding a camcorder or a phone, and watch that on the internet than actually pay to go see the movie. So I'll always be surprised by this, but it never stops. Old McGregor, this is literally what excites him about the movie. Because every single interview that he gives now, he makes these points about how it's addressing toxic masculinity and the patriarchy and all this stuff. It's literally, and you could tell when you watch interview clips with him, that's what he's excited about. He's not excited about the movie for like other reasons, like its character and the interaction or any of this stuff. No, he's excited for the fact that it tackles misogyny. You can hear the excitement in his voice about it. I guess we'll see what happens. I'm sure there'll be more cringy interviews, though. Those will be fun to go over. Movie comes out in a few more days. Be interesting to see the audience scores. I want to see those in mass. What does the audience think? I don't really care about Twitter critics or regular blue checkmark critics or critics from Nerdist. They're all going to love the film. Their reviews, though, I wonder if they'll talk about how it tackles misogyny as a point to see the movie. We'll see what happens. The audience scores, I'm really interested in seeing what they have to say en masse. That's where we'll really know how the film is, and we should know that by the 5th, I think the embargo lifts. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you plan on seeing the movie or not? I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Also, make sure you throw a like up, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that. And subscribe if you're new.